Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle Framo, and today this presentation will be about my experience volunteering at Mamie George Catholic Charity Community Center. That's where I spent my time doing my service hours. I did my service hours at an organization named Mamie George Community Center. This is a Catholic charity center that is located in Richmond, Fort Bend County, Texas. They provide food, rent, utilities, medication, and financial assistance. Mamie George's main objective is to help low-income residents and seniors. So not only are they there for those matters, they are also there for low-income families who are struggling to make ends meet. Meaning, they are there for people that are under government funds such as food stamps. If you have food stamps, you're able to apply for financial assistance from Mamie George as well. Um, One of the things that Mamie George offers for people with food stamps are the food pantry, which is it's like a little Walmart that's a lot cheaper. Meaning that let's say a toothbrush at Walmart costs $1.50. Over here, it would probably cost 25 cents. They're also there for people who are hungry. That means that we feed the people that don't have food. We give canned goods to charities. We donate canned goods, all that. They're there for victims of natural disasters. As many of you may have know or not know, Houston was hit with Hurricane Harvey a couple months ago, or 5 months ago, or something like that. And we were there to support them. We were there to help them. The people that were impacted really bad, the people that currently don't have a home because of it. Mamie George put them in a home, and we also helped them pay for their utilities and bills. If for example, some people lost their job because of it. Some people's jobs closed because of how bad the center of their job was affected. We were there for parents who desire to give their children the best possible start in life, for women with young children escaping abuse and trying to start over, such as women who are in an abusive relationship or children being abused by their parents. We're there to support them. They're there for people getting back on their feet, such as the Hurricane Harvey victims. We're there for women veterans trying to reestablish civilian life, for children who arrive here alone and scared, and for children in crisis. We're there for refugees who escaped violence, torture, and threats. By that, it means that we're there for people who come to the U.S. Because they were trying to escape some type of violence over there in the country that they were in. We're there for immigrants who need legal advice, for people who are too sick to care for themselves, including AIDS, HIV, and HIV sufferers. We're there for vulnerable seniors who are alone with no or limited means of support. This means seniors with no family, usually, or seniors who have family very far away that all they have is Mamie George Community Center. And they're also there for people who want better lives and are striving for self-sufficiency. So, what does Mamie George provide? Mamie George provides nurturing and caring for children, strengthening families, supporting refugees and immigrants, and also promoting independence for seniors, veterans, and others. When you first walk inside Mamie George, you will see the front desk at the left-hand corner, and then there would be a door leading to the offices of the managers and the people that run the center. Also, Mamie George has a cafe all the way in the back where usually our senior citizens or our the people that live in the area, they will go there, get free food. They will eat there. They will talk to each other because most of the people that are a part of Mamie George are all friends and they're all family, and they gather at that little cafeteria just to be with each other and to support each other and to eat with each other. We also have what is called the food pantry, which is a little Walmart on the right hand side of the building, and people go there. Usually, the people that go there have a specific amount of money that they could use in a day, and they will show that to the cashier, and then the cashier will help them pick out whatever is most needed in their list that they wrote. and that's what they will buy. And usually it's a lot cheaper than going to Walmart or to Costco or anywhere. It's a lot cheaper. And we also have a little gift store where senior citizens usually like to buy little knickknacks for maybe their grandkids or for their family or for their friends. And it's also a lot cheaper than going to a store or a mall. So during the hours I've spent at Mamie George, I had the opportunity to work inside the office doing office work such as stapling papers together and organizing desks and organizing papers. I also was able to work with the Harvey Relief Assistance Organization. Mamie George is one of many charities that was able to help people who were affected by Hurricane Harvey that hit Houston, Texas, not too long ago. The Harvey Relief Program that they offered were to pay people's bills who currently aren't able to go back to work yet or who lost their jobs due to the hurricane. Until they find another source of income or maybe another job, Mamie George will be the one who will provide um, money for house bills, utilities, anything that has to do with food, water, and their source of living. Making a difference. Having the opportunity to help out my community was a great experience, especially doing it through Mamie George. I knew about Mamie George because of the church that I go to. I went to St. Lawrence Catholic Church, and they are partners with Mamie George. I never thought that I never thought about how satisfying it would be to take time out of my day to help those who really need it. Um, I was able to see people's happy expressions, and it brought warmth to my heart. I was also able to conversate with many different types of people who are going through different things in life, and it opened up my eyes about how lucky and blessed I truly am. Talking to those people really hit me because of the fact that there's so many people out there who are going through different things, but it's still all the same and it's still all bad, and they want to reach out to somebody or a place that will help them. And I'm so glad that there's a community center like Mamie George. um I'm just so grateful to have had the opportunity to listen to their life stories and reflect upon my own after everything that I've heard. I'm also so grateful to be a part of an organization that doesn't only help the homeless, but those who are financially struggling as well. Financial situations hit deep in my heart because at one point in my life, my family went through that struggle as well. Um, Not many of you know, but I moved to Texas because of my dad's job. My family was forced to move here. Not that we wanted to, but we were forced to move here because without my dad's job, obviously my family wouldn't function. Um, so when we moved here to Texas 5 years ago, we started from scratch, from what everybody would say. Like our family started from scratch. We had what my parents had like $50 in their pocket, so obviously we didn't live in a house yet. My dad works for a cargo company, which they offer a warehouse for my dad to put all his boxes and stuff like that. So we made the office area of the warehouse our house. Well, not our house, like our little bedroom, because that was the only area that had AC. So we made that our little bedroom, and we stayed there the whole summer. We moved here summer of 2013, I would say. Yeah, 2013. And that whole summer, we made that our little home. And we stayed there until we finally had to move out because of the fact that if I wanted to go to school, I had to be in a school district. But what I went through back then was nothing like the others that I've heard, and I'm so thankful that I had the chance to be there for them and to listen to them and help. It actually also got to the point where it was so emotional to talk to some of the people that I got to talk to because everything they told me would just make me cry, or it would make them cry, and then we would all start crying together. And I mean, it's awesome to know that there's people out there that I could talk to and I could help. Even if I don't have much in my life as well, but giving back is always a good feeling. My experience and what it meant to me. So, at Mamie George, I had a very wonderful experience volunteering. Although I ran into some difficult people, of course, I worked with a lot of different types of people, and not all of them were easygoing. Most of the people that I was able to connect with were amazing, though. I'm supposed to be the one to bring a smile on these people's faces, but instead they brought a smile to mine every single day I was there. Like, there was not one day where I would come in and I would be mad and stay mad all day. No, like somebody, a senior of, like a senior, most definitely a senior would put a smile on my face. Like they're my most favorite people in the world. This center taught me how to be thankful for what I have and taught me how important it is to give back and help those in need. Mamie George also helped me understand why the homeless becomes homeless from people who experienced and are going through it at the moment. It hurts to know that there are many who are stuck in a situation that they didn't ask for, but they have no choice but to live it anyways. Although there were many heartbreaking stories, I'm glad I heard them all because it gave me the opportunity to grow a relationship between these amazing people. Skills and knowledge learned. I learned a lot of things during the time that I spent at Mamie George. And um, to mention, this isn't my first time volunteering at Mamie George per se. When I first moved here and my family finally got settled in, um, we went to St. Lawrence, and St. Lawrence, I was part of the St. Lawrence Life Teen. That's what they call it, Life Teen, where teenagers go every week and they have service every week. I was part of that, and they were talking about Mamie George, so I decided to join Mamie George and to join their community. And during that time, I had the opportunity to help build a house for other people, and that was pretty amazing as well. So I learned a lot of things from Mamie George. I learned plenty of skills and knowledge during my time there. One of the major things that I learned was the fact that Mamie George isn't just a center for the homeless and hungry, but a center for seniors and low income families as well. When I first heard about Mamie George, I never thought that they would also help low income families. Like, I always thought that they were just, um, the regular support center that people will donate to for people in need and stuff like that. No, they're there for people who already have things as well, but they just need an extra push, an extra help in life. Um, when people talk about a charity center, you would think that only need they only help those who have nothing, pretty much. But that's not the case with Mamie George. And Mamie George also taught me patience, a lot of patience, because dealing with different types of people can be a struggle sometimes. There were a lot of times where people would complain to me about certain situations that I had no idea about because I'm not one of the paid workers. So there was some things just that I didn't know about, and they would come at me for it, and they would like scold me and stuff like that, and tell me why I didn't know this and stuff like that. So I had to have a lot of patience working there. Um, and I learned that. I learned to be patient throughout the time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first few days that I was there and people were complaining to me, I got really frustrated to the point where I locked myself in a room over there until somebody told me to get out. And but as time went on, I learned how to talk to people professionally, and I also learned a lot of office work skills. Like, I'm used to a MacBook or a Mac laptop, anything Mac. I'm used to that because that's what I used growing up. But over there in Mamie, Georgia, they use HP, Toshiba, and Dell, I believe, and I learned how to work those types of computers as well, and I'm very thankful for that because I know when I get into the real world, per se, after I graduate, that's the type of computers I would have to use. I also learned communication skills with different types of people and answering people's questions. I learned how to answer. I know I learned how to answer different questions that were just getting thrown at me, and as time went on, I just got better at it. And I am very thankful for the opportunity that I had to spend time at Mamie George Community Center and to have spent my volunteer hours over there because it is such an amazing community center, and it was just a great experience.